Hey, what's going on, guys? Storley here, playing my game in the background while I'm talking to you. So I recently got a magazine, Xbox. Got hundreds of magazines, been collecting them for as long as I can remember. And I'll turn the TV down so you guys don't hear in it. But this one I had an article on Mass Effect. Let me see if I can try and find it. I thought it was really interesting actually, because for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Mass Effect fan. Huge. So yeah, I won't go through the whole thing. It's like 3 pages, but it's a whole article. I think it's like on what we know. Well, I'm pretty sure it's what we know in about the game so far. And I'll probably do another video reading about it and seeing how that goes. But uh, I've played through all the Mass Effect games. Um, number two's number two and three are tossed up between my favorites. Um, they're different in both ways. A lot of people prefer number two over number three. Um, but the only reason I reckon, people prefer number two over three is the ending was kind of hard to get used to in the friggin' number three. That was so frustrating. Even though it's like how old now, 3 years old, something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed all three games. Number one's my least favorite, obviously because it was least advanced, unlike the others. I didn't care about that. Still good. I only played the first one. The first one I played was Mass Effect 3 because I I never played 1 and 2 beforehand because I never really knew about them. And then Mass Effect 3 was announced and people were hyping it up like crazy. And I was at the shops one day. I got some money to buy a game. I'm like, I don't want to buy any game. There's nothing that's interesting me. And I saw Mass Effect. I'm like, why not? I'll give it a shot since people are talking it up. And I got it, and man, I played that game for hours. I couldn't get off of it, but it was good. And with this Mass Effect Andromeda, I can't really figure out the name. It's hard to pronounce. We have to wait till someone pronounces it. It's probably been announced. I just haven't found the video. I have to wait to find it yet. But wait a minute. Yep, yeah, it's all good. But hopefully it's going to be a good game because it's got nothing to do apparently with Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Like it's completely ignoring the Shepard saga. I don't think Shepard's going to be completely ignored. I don't think they will do that. But they said this one, like in the magazine from what I read, obviously completely new protagonist. You start off as a nobody, unlike when you were playing a Shepard. You started off as a war hero, and you had the whole world at your feet, basically. And so in this one, it's like you start off as just a nobody. I guess you build your way up over time in the galaxy, and yeah, and they said it's a lot more open worldish. My dog. I want to know how much more open world it would be. It is. Probably can hear the thunder in the background actually. I hope it's. I don't want it to be too open world if that makes any sense. Um, how do I explain this better? Number three was restricted open world, I guess you can call it, and number two was kind of restricted world exploration, and basically my type of ideal of world exploration depends on the game, obviously. GTA, good example of world exploration, obviously. It's a big open game. For a Mass Effect game, I hope they don't do that. I think it's too much. Um, but for an open world game, I reckon perfectly for Mass Effect. I reckon they should do something a bit like, what could it be? If you haven't played the latest Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I'm playing right now actually, that's a little bit open worldish like that. It's not ridiculously open world like Tomb Raider, but maybe they can do bits and pieces to make it their own. I don't know. That's a thought. And what else is there? There's The combat, I really enjoyed the combat in number 2 and 3. Number 3 was awesome, and hopefully they haven't really changed it up. Maybe more advanced, that'd be great. Character customization, I would really love it. Really love it. Because in the first 3, he plays Commander Shepard, who was already a created character, already had a face and blah blah blah. I reckon it'd be really cool if they didn't really put a face to the character, if that makes sense. Because, how can I explain this better? A lot of people played through like Mass Effect. It's just the general default face of Commander Shepard, the Commander Shepard. And I've played through it 3 times, I think now, and I've played it once as Commander Shepard. And he's got a good default face, but I reckon they should have no default face. Maybe just a left face you get given at the start of the game that you customize over time. I don't know. But I reckon I would really love a facial recognition. Like if you have a Kinect or something, or PlayStation, whatever, you scan your face, and all like the NBA games, which are really cool how they do that. And I'd love it if they do that. Make the character your own, legitimate, like your own. And that'd be really cool if they did something like that. Companions, I would really love to see some old faces. They've already announced, if they haven't announced what characters, but they've already said that there will be a few familiar faces to come back to the franchise, which is good to know. But I'd like to know who was my favorite. I really like Garrus. Garrus, through all my playthroughs, was my bae. He was my bae. I haven't played the game in a female playthrough. I'm always a male. Always tried to romance Miranda from Cerberus. That's the word I was looking for. And yeah, I always played the good, but I'm going on a playthrough right now on my computer, playing it through as a bad guy. It's so tough doing that. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for all the things I do. I wish I could go back and undo it, but it's the dark side. But yeah, well, it doesn't affect my personal life. But yeah, I enjoy it. Both playthroughs are different. That's why I love Mass Effect. Is you can go through as a good guy, and you can go through as a bad guy, and there's two completely different gameplays. And so it was really cool doing that. And but yeah, hopefully they got more weapons. Like if I want to bring up the article now. Here we go. What else is there? What are the headlines in here? So why is it not called Mass Effect 4? Basically, it's not continuing the Mass Effect trilogy, so they're going to make a completely new name under it. Anyway, so yeah, definitely not playing as Shepard. That's the thing that's confusing me a lot, is how they're going to incorporate Shepard. Because for you that don't know, when you played Mass Effect 3 and you got 100%, I think it was battle station, the war table, when you get all your allies and stuff, you got 100% of that. You would 100%. Then you get a secret ending, and that's when, and fucking if you haven't seen the game yet, you don't even know why you're listening to this. And the secret ending would go as if you die in all endings, but the secret ending would be at the end of the credits. There was a scene where your Shepard was under rubble and he's breathing, and you can tell it's Shepard because it's N7, and only Shepard. It was Shepard. There was no other person that could have been in. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed it was Shepard. And I'm pretty certain that wasn't DLC. I don't think it was. And still, Mass Effect does go by its DLC, like going from Mass Effect 2 to 3. DLC, if you have the DLC from Mass Effect 2, it affects you in some way in Mass Effect 3. So, that's going to be interesting how they do it. What else was there? So, that's actually a good point. Like how I was saying earlier about open world and stuff like that. and then I just read the title again, and it was will be like Dragon Age Inquisition, the latest Dragon Age. I couldn't get into that game. I wasn't a big fan of it. Never played the other two. That's just me. And yeah, that was probably the open world I'd reckon would be good for Mass Effect. That'd be pretty cool. And but yeah, if they're ever gonna go open world, I reckon that'd be the best way to go, because it's not too much, but it's not too less. If that's the correct wording. I think that's the correct wording. And so, yeah, and I found the Dragon Age Inquisition fun when I first got it, but it was just too much backstory I had no clue about, and I just went, no, can't be bothered. And so, yeah, I reckon next year that'd be cool. Got the friggin' rain pushing against my window. It's making a really frustrating sound. What else is there? How's the combat changed? I don't know. Oh, that's right. We got the Mako back, and I'm so glad that it's back, because it's the Mako. The Mako. If you don't know what the Mako was, I think it was called the Mako. It was probably called something else. Was this little car thing you got to drive on the different planets, and they took that out of 2 and 3, but it was in number 1, and it was really cool, really fun. And then they took it out, which was like, why you do this? And so they brought it back, which is awesome. Which means that it's gonna be probably bigger open world. I don't know. What else is there? No, don't care about that. I'll talk about it later. Yeah, that was basically it. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. I'll probably do a separate video just reading through the entire article, just so you don't have to read it or whatever. And look at that wind. Oh, far out. I gotta get up. Nope. You can probably see my ugly face. Look at that. Look at that. That shit's hectic. So yeah, that's basically that. And so, then there goes the power. Oh, golly God. It's back. Oh, Jesus. Oh well, I gotta go fix all this shit up now. But yeah, thanks for watching.